Hello Xellux, welcome to Xellux Primary University. Today we are exploring NumPy, the backbone of data science. Let's dive in. The first thing to know is Python array. Understand the basic Python array. What is an array? It's a collection of items like numbers, words, objects that's actually stored in an organized structure. So the first thing we need to create is to create our data or array. So let's create our array equals to, then we store it in brackets. So let's type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our array, or it's also called variable, or a container that hold a content, just like Coke. The content inside Coke is the 1 to 3, while the bottle of Coke or the can of Coke is the array. Okay, that's just it. So let's print it out. Let's print the information out now on the screen. So what we need to do here is, let me just copy the array or the container. So it's one that contains the content, just like Coke. Okay, so let's click on this icon here. Yaxi, this is what we have. So easy. So let's go to the next one, is accessing any array. So what I want to do is to actually copy this and paste it here. Okay, because that is, we are still creating an array. Now is to access this particular array. So I will use print function to do that. Print function, and add my parentheses there. Then I will copy this and Ctrl+C there. Then paste it inside Ctrl+V. Remember, to have access to this, to actually access this information or data here, you need to use brackets. So the bracket, why? Because you can see that the bracket is a symbol that actually hold the 1, 2, 5, which is representing our data or our content inside a container or variable. Okay, let's see now. Now we use what we call indexing here. Remember, typically 0 to 9 is our numbers. Okay, now 1 represents 0, 2 represents 1, then 3 represents 2, like that, like this, 3 and 4. So let's access the first number in this particular array. So how come I'll change it to 0 to actually print 1? So let me just click here. So you can see now we have 1 here. So we want to access number 2, it means is 0, 1. So that's the indexing format. So I'll use 1 here, I'll print it. Let's say I want to print 5, then you can go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the idea. So I'll type 4 here to actually print 5. So that is the indexing method in Python array, generating programming language. So modify an array. Let's say we want to add new data or want to modify it. So let's come here. Okay, I already pressed this. Let me go up again. Let me copy this, Ctrl+C, and paste it here under it. So we have modified array now. So I'll be able to modify it. First, once our variable is array, so I'll type it here. Repetitive practice is genius. Repetitive practice, when you continue to type repetitively, it actually helps instead of copy and paste just for this particular class or training I'm doing right now. So typing it actually helps a lot. Repetitive practice is actually genius. Equals, I didn't put equals to, so I'll use my brackets to access, because you can see that this brackets represent the container that actually hold this particular content, which is our data or information. So here I will say equals to, in case I want to the new data that here. What we want to access, I want to change this data to another number. Instead of 1, I want to change to another number. Remember, the naming or indexing is what? Is 0. So I'll come here. I'll change here to 0. So what's the new data I want to add or what I want to modify to? So I'll say 12. So I'll come here, then I'll print it out. So easy. So easy. So I'll come here. Then what data? I'll print out this data or this particular container. Okay, the container content. So that's it. I can press Shift Enter 2 to print it out. Yes, you can see that it's actually 12. We can see that the 1 now has been modified to 12. Let's say we want to change 4. Okay, I would like to 0, 1, 2, 3. So I'll come here, change it to 3, then come here, change to 17. Then I'll run it. Yaxi, you get the idea. So let's go to the next one, is array slicing. Array slicing is like, let me copy the data here. Array slicing is like looking at the range in our data. You understand? In the storage. It's just like a database actually. So let's come here. What I want to do is to use my print function here directly. no need to, and no need of story there. Then I'll type my what? My array. So this my array. Remember, you must put your brackets to actually be able to slice through or actually access the range of our data there or value. So we want to index 1 to 3. So I'll press shift. I'll press 1, then shift colon, then type 3. So this is the range. We want to look at the data between 1 to 3. So that's the meaning. That's the meaning. So that's it. Let's actually print it out. Remember, the 1 here is actually print 2 and 3 because 0 is 1, then 2 is 0, 1 is 0, and 2 is 1. That's what I meant. Can say it, Yagze. So let's say you want to print everything. Then you need to start from what? From 0. Then you end it with what? With 5. So then you print it out. You can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can actually play with it and continue to change the data to print out the data you actually want. Using what? Indexing. If 0 means 1, 1 means 0, then 2 means 1, 3 means 2, 4 means 3, and 5 means 4. So let's go to array concatenation. Concatenation means to add, to join together. Okay, we are creating 2 array here. We name it array1 equals to, so create our brackets to hold our content to. So I'll say 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's create the second one, second array2 here. So come here, equal to. So I'll put my bracket there. So I'll say 4, 5, 6. So that's what we have there. So what I want to do is to what? Is to concatenate or add or join these two together. So I'll type my print to print down the screen. So that's why I'll concatenate it. So I'll copy this. Let me copy the first container or array or variable. So let me copy the second one, Ctrl C, and paste it here, Ctrl V. So let's see whether this will be added or joined together. Let me click here. Yagze. Can see that we have 1, 2, 6. Just according to this, that is concatenation. You see, understanding the basic, it's actually interesting. So we have come to the end of Python array. Now let's dive into what? NumPy. So the first thing we need to do, we use the knowledge of Python array in NumPy. So the first thing is to import our NumPy. It's a library. It's a Python library. So it's like going to the library, take the book you want to read or you want to use for a particular purpose or to solve a problem. That's exactly what we are doing right now. So we want to learn NumPy to solve a problem. Okay, so as what? NP. So we abbreviate it. So instead of using NumPy info, we'll be using NP, the short version. So create here now. I want to create what? We want to create 1D array. So what I want to do is to just say array. This time around, I will abbreviate it. So 1D equals to this. You know, when you go up, you see that our array is stored directly. So this time around, we are storing our data inside NumPy array function. So this is our NumPy array function. It's like you have a Coca-Cola bottle. Okay, this is it. Okay, we have our, what's it called? Let me use, we have our carton. Okay, this is our carton this time around. So our array in 1D. So this is our carton to store our Coca-Cola bottle. This is our Coca-Cola bottle now. So inside Coca-Cola bottle, we now store the content inside the Coca-Cola bottle. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the content inside the Coca-Cola bottle. Then you now place the Coca-Cola bottle inside the carton. So this array 1D, one dimension is the carton there. So why this content inside the Coca-Cola bottle represented by what? NumPy array. So that's it. So let's print it out. Okay, let's print it out. What are we printing? We are printing this. Let me copy it and paste it inside. Ctrl V. And I can press Shift Enter to print it. Oh, you can see that we have an error. Array bracket takes from 1 to 2 position argument, but 5 here, blah 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 blah. So why is it that? Why is it that? So I'll come here now. We actually press Ctrl X here to cut it. And say we want to type it again. Then you add your brackets. Remember, we are dealing with array. So you need to, array must always be, the bracket there the content must stay inside. So press it there. So we fix it. Shift, enter. Yaxi. So that's it. Don't forget to always use these brackets to store your data. Okay? That's why Jupyter was actually angry with me and threw errors. Jupyter actually is one of those things. Okay, let's move ahead. Now I want to create a 2D array now. So how will you do this to create a two-dimensional array? So we create two array here. One would refer to okay, that's array underscore 2D equals to, remember, use our NumPy dot array here, then we put in the bracket. It's a NumPy array function as usual. Inside it, remember, you are dealing with array, don't forget your brackets, or else Jupyter will be angry with you and throw an error, okay, into your face. You splash into your face, that's an error. All splash with red. Okay, what I want to do is to create two arrays. So the first one, I'll create one bracket, comma space, under bracket. That is it. That's 2 dimensions. Create that's 3 dimensions. So if I come here now, I will type 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's okay. Let's come here. Let's continue here. 4, 5, 6. It's okay. That's all. That's our 2-dimensional array. So I'll come here. Let's go print it out. Okay, print. Use our parentheses, our function. Then let me copy this. Ctrl C and paste it inside here. Ctrl V here, and I'll click on this to run it. Yaxi. You can see these are 2-dimensional array. If you want to add a 3, let's see what I can work there. Okay, let's go. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, then we'll run it. So you can see this is a 3-dimensional array. So let's just continue. Now, basic mathematical operation. So what we want to do is to add. So to add here, we need to create 2 array. You understand? So array what? Array 1 equals to, you know, as usual, NumPy dot array here. Open your bracket or parenthesis rather. Then we have our bracket inside. Then we store our data. So what data I want to store here is 5, 10, 15, 20. It's okay. So that's the data. Then down here, I'll create second array here equal to NumPy dot array. So that's our array function. So remember to create this bracket inside. We are dealing with array here. Then we'll say 2, 4, 6, 8. How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's run it. Now we are adding together. So we'll create some printer, our parentheses, copy this. Remember, repetitive practice is genius. It is better to type it step by step. It will help you a lot instead of copy and pasting, especially for beginners. Okay, for beginners, let's run it. Yaxi. So you can see that we have 7, 14, 21, 18. We have added it together. Now let's trigger an error here. So I'll remove 8 here. I'll press shift enter. Oh, splash of red and green and black. So it said the upper hand could not broadcast together with the shape 4 and 3. Anything shape represents length or size. So what's the size here? It's only 3 size or 3 lines here. Why this place is 4 length or 4 size or 4 shape. Okay, I will now come here. I will come here, add my comma and add my 8 so that they will be of the same size, of the same length, of the same shape. That's the keywords there. So let's run it now. Problem solved. Yaxi. So let's move ahead. Subtraction now. Let's go to subtraction. So what you need to do is to print it straight. No story here. So come here. We are using our array. So let me quickly type it. Array 1 seems to be faster. Minus array 2. So we have our array 1, array 2, and that is it. So shift enter. Yaxi. So you actually minus it. So we minus array 1, 5 minus 2, 10 minus this, like that. Okay, so multiplication now, let's go there. So let's go to print, the same method, come inside array1, hold your shift and 8 to create your multiplication sign there, array2. So that's it, shift enter, Yaxi, you multiply together, you can see 8 here, 5 times 2, 10 times 4, 15, 20 times 8, you gave me this. Now, let's go to division here. The same thing, print. It's so fun, so fun. This is Xellux Premier University, powered by Xellux Technology. Absolute beginner, NumPy for data science training. Absolute beginner. Okay, what you need to do here, type your array1 / array2 for division, okay? Yaxi. So let's go to statistical operation here. So what you need to do is to create the data. So I'll press, okay, let me just type the word data equals to, I'll put my brackets, no, NumPy dot array, don't forget that. Then close the bracket, that is NumPy array function. Then insert it, put your bracket there. Then let's add our data then. 20, 30, 40, 60, 50, and 60. Okay, so that's our data there. Now we want to find actually the mean of this particular data. So what I need to do is to type our print function there. Then inside we use our NumPy dot mean function. So NumPy dot mean function, since we are actually dealing with NumPy, you get the idea. NumPy dot array, NumPy dot mean. So inside now we'll now load our data inside the mean. So this data represents all our information here. Ctrl C, I'll paste it inside and press Ctrl V. So let's run it. Yaxi. So we have 35.0 here. So the next one is want to create a max now. So we use the same information. So let's just type print immediately there. Then what we want to create, we create our NumPy dot what? Dot max. We want to know the maximum number. Close it. Then we type our data inside and we run it. Yaxi 60. You can see that 60 is our maximum number. So let's kind of see our minimum number here. Print. Close your brackets. Okay. Then we have our NumPy dot what? Dot minimum function. Your parenthesis there. Then you type your data inside. Let's see our mean. Okay, Yaxi, that is 10. So you actually go through this data and see that yes, inside this data, there is 10. 10 is the what? Is the least number there. Now, our median, I want to create a new data for our median. So let's be flexible. Data equals to NumPy dot array. So put your bracket there. So remember to put your block quotes and let's say 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, it's okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. So I'll come here to create some prints, close the brackets, then come inside. Then I'll say NumPy dot what? Median function here. Then inside I'll put my data. So shift enter. Yaxi. So that's it out. That is 12.5. So let's calculate our standard deviation. Let's go to print, close the brackets, come here, then type our NumPy dot what? The standard deviation, close the brackets, inside type your data, and run it. So these are standard deviation using this particular data here. So if you add modify here to, let's say, storage for example, and this it, and I come here, compulsory, and to change this one to storage. Then if I come here now and run it, we throw an error. Oh, actually throw an error because it actually picked the other one. So let's see, it actually picked, let's use storage here. So let's see what is actually picking. Let's confirm. Storage here. Okay, let's run it. Storage. Consider it throw an error there. What I spell here? Storage. Do you see that? Storage. So if I change here, I just change it to, let me just change it to array, for example. Let me see first. Array instead of storage. That name is simple, kind of off. That's it here. So let me use array. Enter. So you still have it. So that is just it. So you actually pick this particular one here. So let's go to the next. So it says we have to generate a random number here. So how do you generate a random number? So let's type random underscore numbers. Random. So let's store it in a variable, the container called NumPy dot random dot rand. Yes, to rand function. This is the function we are doing. NumPy dot random dot rand function. We are actually generating array of 5 random number between 0 to 1. So kind of binary there. So what you need to do is to type your 5 inside, then go down and print it on this string. So type your print there, close your brackets, then what do you want to type? Okay, I want to print this on this string. So let me come here, Ctrl C, and quickly paste it there, Ctrl V. So let me press Shift, Enter to run it. Yaxi. You can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we change here to, let's say 3. Oh, Ctrl Z, let's say 3. And Shift Enter, you have 3. So between 0 and 1. Do you see it now? Just go beyond that. It's random number between 0 and 1. So what I want to do here is to format this. So let me return it back to 5. Enter that. Shift Enter. So here I want to format it. I'll come here. I'll double tap my quote there. You can use double quote or single quote. Then I will type random numbers. Random numbers. Shift column there. Ensure you add your cover. So these are variable. They want to add the text to format this. So let's run it. Let me click here. Yaxi. You can see that we have random number well formatted. Now we are good to go. So let's quickly go to the next one. So we are actually reshaping now. We are reshaping from 1D to 2D. So I will to reshape from 1D to 2D. So let's go. Let's create our data. So let's create an array here. Let me create an array equals to there. What's wrong? So NumPy dot array, as usual, array function here. So inside it, remember your block brackets. Then let's store data inside. Let's just say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So these are array. Now let's reshape 1D. This is a 1D array. As usual, we did it up above there. So now let's actually reshape it. So let's type reshaped underscore what? Underscore array. So let's reshape it equals to what I will store inside. So we pick the array, which is this data here, is one that contain all the information here, right? Then we connect it to to reshape, because we want to reshape it. Our reshape function here. So when we connect it with that, then what we want to reshape? We want to reshape into what? To dimension, right? 2D. So we have 2 and 3. What does it mean? This is what? 2 row, 3 column. That is the meaning. 2 row, 3 column. Let's go and print it. Let's quickly do that. Print. Close the brackets. Go inside. And let me copy this quickly. Ctrl C and paste it inside here. Ctrl V. And let's run it. Let me click here. Let's see. Yaxi. You can see that what? It is what? It is what? It's in 2 row, 1 and 2 and 3 column. That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The question is, why do we get this? Now, what actually happened here? This 1D is linear. just 1D here, then convert it to 2D. If I change this, okay, let's say to 2, it will throw an error. I believe that. Yaxi. You can see, it says you cannot reshape array of size 6 into shape this. Why? Because of what? Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me put this one back to 3. Enter. Let's fix that. Now, you can see 1, 2, 3 here. That is it. You can divide it into 2. That is 2 dimension. This is 2 dimension array. Even though it is together as 1, it can be regarded to that. So that's why it can be easy to convert it. Because if this one now is actually 5 and this one is 3, that's what happened. Error. You can see that 2 to 3 shape, blah blah blah. So that's how it works. So let's go back here and change back to 6 and press enter here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Where's 5? 5 there and our 6. So shift enter. So it's actually fixed. So these 2 row, these are 2 row here, 3. So that's how you convert 1D array into 2D. Remember, it depends on the length of this. If the 2 can be able to be, if you do 10 now, let's do 10 for you to understand quickly. 7, 8. Let's what happen. 9, 10. Okay, let's run it. It give you error. So we have this one is 3. So let's change this. Let's change to 5. Let's see. Do you see that? 5. Because it will create what? 5 column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what? 2 row. 1, 2. So let's quickly reformat this. Let me come here. Let me use my single quotes. Then I will type reshaped. Reshaped what? Reshaped array. So you reshape array. Sorry, I'm very fast. Reshape array. Then I'll put my column here. Then remember, comma here. If there's no comma, if you run it, you throw error. You can see that. Say, okay, but you forget comma. So always remember that. As a good data scientist, you must know how to fix error. That is just the fact. That is just the fact. So because you are employed to actually fix a problem. Now, because you can see that it's not well formatted, what I'll do here is to come inside here. I will use back and n. / and n, shift enter. So that I can go to the work to the next line. Well formatted, that's what this thing actually represents. So let's go to slicing here. So slicing and indexing, that's what we want to do. So what I want to do is to create an array here. So let me just use the words array. Just array equals to. Let's create a NumPy dot array as usual. Brackets. You can see that everything is repetition. Repetitive practice is genius. So just keep repeating it. You understand it more. When you can watch the video again if you don't understand, and over again. So you need to understand. So let's actually load our data. So we have 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. So we want to create, so we want to extract first 3 elements. So I'll come here. How should we be able to extract the first 3 elements? Okay. What I will do here is, let me go down here first. Let me create a variable called slice array. Want to slice the array. It's not bread, but we need to slice it. Yeah, it's not bread, but we need to slice it. So I'll be able to slice it. I'll create an array. And remember, if you want to actually access something, you use the bracket there. But this time around, I'll go inside. I'll just press shift column 3. Because we want to pick the first 3 there, which is 10, 20, 30. Right? So that's what we want to pick. So I'll come here. Let's print it out. Print it out. What I'm printing, I'll just print our slicer. So let me copy it. Ctrl C. I'll paste it here. Ctrl V. And I will run it. Yaxi, consider I actually print 3. So why do we use this? So if you can start from 0, it means from 0 to this 0, 1, 2, and it will stop our trace. So if I use 0 here, the same thing actually apply. Nothing changed. So it's still the same thing. But let's quickly format it here. This time around, I will press shift and my quotes, and I will use sliced. I'll say sliced. Okay, what's this? Sliced what? Sliced array. Sliced array. So that's that. I'll put my column. Then I will run it. Okay, it shows an issue here because of what? No comma. Don't forget that. Shift enter. So that's it. We have it here, sliced array. So it's well formatted, so we can actually move ahead. So what we want to go now is to do, let us filter our data here. So let's filter our data. So how do we do it? We create an array to filter our data. So this time around, let's create an array equals to NumPy dot array, then close the brackets, followed by this. Then our data, let's say 5, 10, 15, 20. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, let me add one. 25. We used that before. 25. Okay. So what we want to do now is to do what? Is to filter our data. So I'll come here. I'll type filtered. Filtered. Want to filter our data. So I'll filter our array here equals to. What we want to do is to now create this our array. We need to create a kind of Boolean condition, whether something's true or false. Let's go. So remember, you always use your what? Your brackets. When you use a bracket here, what you need to do now, this particular array, this is it here. It's a variable that contains this particular data. You can see that this is another container that contains data inside. So this array. Now inside this array, now we now want to create a condition, a Boolean condition with this. Okay, let's go. It's a simple thing. We type our array, which is our variable, our container, or our data, space shift greater than what? If the array inside all this place, let's see which one is actually greater than 10. It's as easy as that. Which one is greater than 10? So let's go down. Let me come here. Let me check it to work and let us print it out. Let us print it out. Okay, let's go. So let's print it out. This is what we have here. So I will print. Let me just drag this here. Ctrl C. Then come here. Ctrl V. So let's run it. YAGZ. So which means 15, 20, 25 is actually greater than 10. What you're saying that this array, look at this array, if this array is greater than 10. You understand? So this is the outside information to the which is this. Then we now created a condition that will assess this because all this data is still inside this data, which also represents this array here greater than 10. But if you make it equal to, it will mean that pick a number that is greater than 10 and also equal to 10. If I run it, that is it. You can see that 10 is actually included. Then if I change this to less than, let's see what happened. Then I run it, it will be 5. 5 and 10 because you say equals to. If I remove the equals to, and it remains what? 5 because that is it. Then if I say okay, equal to, the remain equal to, if it is double, it means equal to. If it is single, it means assigning or storing. So that's it. That's it. Let's go to the next one, creating identity and zero arrays. So how should we be able to go about this? So what we need to do right now is to create an identity. So what is the identity we want to create right now? So I'll say I. So let me just quickly copy this. Because of our time, the video is getting longer. I don't want to be too long. So that is identity matrix. But I will actually press shift minus to underscore. So equals to, I'll store it. So what am I using? I am actually using what? This particular function, NumPy function. So that's what we want to use. Let me copy it and actually paste it here. So NumPy function, I wanted to create 3-dimensional array that is 3 column, 3 row. So I'll type 3 here, and that is it. Let's go and print it. Then print it here. I'll just copy this. Ctrl C. I'll paste it inside here. Ctrl V. So let's see. Control Shift Enter. You can see now it created, because how many columns here? This is the row. 1, 2, 3 row. This is the row. Everything is the row. Then the column is what is inside 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 like that. So that is about that. Okay, that's about that. But as you kind of, let me quickly format this. Well, you can always go format it. There's no problem. Just format it. Filter data there. But I just like something to be really cool. Okay, let me quickly do it. Okay, this one is what equals to. I use greater than. Let me just use my greater than. Quickly run it, so that you know that you can filter these two sheets. Okay, so that is our what? Our filtered. Let me just quickly do it. Our what? Filtered. You might not do it, but just because of beginner friendly, our filtered array. Just because it's beginner friendly. So column there. So I'll come here. Ensure you press your comma there. So you can see that filter array. Let's leave it like that. Actually, I like it. It's cool. So this one too. So these are 50 here. So let me go down. So let's go to the next one. That is 0. That is we kind of 0 array. So let's create a kind of a 0 here. So I'll say 0 underscore array equals to what? We are using this NumPy 0 here. Oh, Ctrl Z. Where are you going? You're going nowhere. I'm using you. Ctrl C. Come here. The video is getting longer, so that's why I'm a bit hurry. Okay. Now, what am I creating? I'm creating 2 row and 3 column. That's what I'm creating. So let me quickly copy this here. Ctrl C and Ctrl V. So remember, I need to change it with this because this is one that can actually hold the information or the data. Then I will replace it with this. So Ctrl Shift Enter. Oh, it gives us a big error there. So what actually happened here? Number what? NumPy 0 array. Let me check what is that. You cannot interpret 3Ds, blah 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 blah. So well, let me just remove this. Let me remove this because of can be so funny. Let's see. Is this saying the same thing? Cannot interpret. Okay, it's a typo error. Let me see 0 NumPy this. Okay. Oh yes, actually. Let me just do Ctrl Z here. Ctrl Z. I was wrong here. Now, let's not forget. Let me align it. Ctrl X. Put another bracket because it's an integer. So let me add parentheses. Then paste it inside. Yes. Shift Enter. Fixed. So that's about that. So because this particular bracket, so you cannot just put it because it's an integer NumPy. So when you put this the bracket inside, it will separate it. That yes, you are actually separating it so that it will not treat it as a single integer. So that's just it. Don't worry, when you go deeper you understand more. Now let's format this. It's kind of looking somehow. So I'll come here. Let me quickly do this. So I'll use your identity matrix. So let me just copy this one here. Ctrl C and paste it here. Identity matrix. Okay, let me just change the capital letter. Then let me put this onto a capital letter. Then here we shift quotes. Then ensure you separate it. Okay. Then if I press enter now, you can see it's actually cool. But there's a problem here. You need to move it down. So I have to move it down. Backslash your N. Oh, small letter enter. Shift enter. Wow, fixed. So the same thing here is 0. Okay, let me copy this. 0 array. Let me just type it faster. So let's say 0 space arrays. 0 array. 0 array. Now let me add S to this. 0 array. Then come here, put your column. Then come here. That's it. Then remember, let's put our forward slash or backslash rather, the N to move it to the next line. You can see. So it is well formatted now. So we can move to second to the last. This is the last one here. So just for you to understand, that's why I need to repeat this and repeat it over and over again. So let's actually concatenate. So let's quickly create an array 1 equals to NumPy dot array. Though it might save as if no, I'm not understanding very well. When you go through, it's actually beginner friendly. That's how it always be. So learning takes some stress. It's kind of as if it's hard. It's not. Everybody actually passed through A to 3. So you understand that when you go through it more. Okay. So what I need to do here now, I don't want to make the mistake here. Control X, your block brackets, put it inside. Beautiful. So let me copy all this. Let me just copy all this. There's no time anymore. Control V. Let me just quickly adjust this to 2. Then I'll adjust this one to. Let me just remove everything here. 4, 5, 6. So now we want to concatenate. Or to actually concatenate it. So let me create another variable called what's wrong? Concatenate. I've done a lot of work today. I'm kind of tired. That's just a fact. I just need to still create the video. Yeah, I'm not really tired. Underscore array there equals to this. Concatenated. So what do we want to concatenate here? Equals to. So let's create a NumPy that actually concatenates. So let me just copy it because I actually typed down a lot today. So let me just copy it. Then remember to remove the D. So concatenates. Okay, so we have our brackets. Now in this exercise, for the concatenate to work, if we just put our array here, array 1, comma, and array 2. Okay, and you want to print it out, you develop an error. Okay, you actually develop an error. So let me copy this, Ctrl C, and put it inside Ctrl V. So that's it. That's the error you actually have there. It's because only integer scalar array can be converted to what is scalar index. That's what happened above there. So what you need to do, you must, because it will treat this as a what? As a different entity. So you need to actually treat it as what? As if they are the same. So to put it as if they are the same, so you come here, put another bracket, and put it inside there. Then you run it. You exit. So that's it. You need to treat it as a what? As a single entity. 2 of them. So you concatenate and add everything 1 to 6. So the last one for today. So let's create a 2 matrix array. One is capital letter A equals to NumPy dot array function. Okay, so we are creating 2 array there. So the first one is, as usual, you put your brackets, then inside the brackets you create 2-dimensional array. So let's create a 2-dimensional array there. So we have 2 brackets, comma. Okay, I'm tired. I'm really tired. Okay, I need to finish this. No problem. I'll try my best. So 1, 2. Let me come here. Let me name it. Let's say, let me add this there 3, 4. That's the first one. So let me create the second one. Capital letter B equals to NumPy dot array. I just like creating YouTube videos and training people, so I love it. It's interesting. Okay, so I'll continue from there. So I'll create. It's like I was explain this thing, this particular one several times. So I've explained it above. So I'm doing like this because of beginner friendly. So 3, 4. Then we have 5 underscore 6. Then we have 7, 8. So we have created this what? These 2D array. There are 2D array here, or these are matrices or matrices. So what we want to do is to create our results. So what is the result we want to get here? Results equals to what? NumPy. We are using this one here. So this, what is it? This is it. Let me just copy it. Let me copy it and just replace it with this. Okay, NumPy does dot. What does it mean? It means dot products. Just a product actually. Just a product. Just multiply. That's what we use a function for the multiplication there. Is to perform matrix multiplication, not element wise. So not element wise, but used to calculate multiplication. Okay, so what we want to put inside is our variable. What's the first variable there? Is capital letter A, comma, and capital letter B. So let's print it out now. Let me come here. Print bracket there. Then I will use, so once our variable we created is called results. So I'll type my results here. Then let's print it out. Yagz 19, 22, 43, 50. Can say, okay, how do we get this result? How do we get it? First, let me actually modify it. Okay. Let me use matrix multiplication. Let me copy this. Let me actually format this. Let me format this. Okay, change this one to capital letter. This one capital letter. So I will add result to it. Okay, results, and then my column, my backslash, and letter N. Okay, let's format it. Shift enter. What's wrong? Oh, sorry, the comma. Okay, okay. It seems I'm really tired, truly, but I need to finish the video. Okay, we have 19, 22, 43, 50. It is well formatted. Now let's go to it here. So this is. So we are starting step-by-step calculation. First row and first column. First row. This is the first row here, right? 1 and 2. So what do we do here? This one, we are doing from the left, 1 times what? Times this 5. It give you what? 5. So first column, so this is our first column here. Then we have what? 2 times 7. So it give you what? 14. So that is it for the first row 2. You go to the first row now. So we have what? We have multiplied 1 times 5. Now it is what? 1 times 6. Okay, so that's why we have 1 times 6 here is 6. Then this 2 times what? Times this 8. That's how we get this. Multiply it, add it together, you get this. Second row, the same thing. You go to 3, multiply by what? 5. Yes, 3 times this particular 5 here. You just matrix, can go deeper. Then we go to 4 times what? 4 times 7. So this is the 7, 4 times multiplied by this 7. That's how we have here. So you add it together, you get this. The same thing apply 3 times 6. So this is the 3 times 3, 6 here. You can see we have second row, second column. 3 times 6, then we have what? 4 times 8. So this is how we have here and there. So this is Xellux Premier University. Well, I would say thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing our video. Global students, thank you so much. I would say this is NumPy. We'll continue from there and continue to advance it. I would say Xellux Premier University, light out.